up, fam?
What's up, guys?
Back again.
All right, so kind of just kick it off, we're gonna riff a little bit, probably for like 10 minutes, do another YouTube video on this Dr. Pepper running piece. Just initially want to state that like it was supposed to be Cam and I out the gate, low budget, just 2 people on this film, very run and gun. We wanted to keep it $0 and just have a whole lot of fun, start the year off just creating again with each other. And so that kind of imploded. We brought on a ton of people, and I'll let Cam kind of touch base on that. But the overall goal was a running piece. But we wanted to like kind of hide the fact that it was a running piece with a scavenger hunt for Dr. Pepper.
So we're in Austin, Texas today. It's this specific running piece is very run and gun. We tried to plan as best as we could. We location scouted, but it was at a different time, and the project itself is kind of just like throw it at the wall and see what happens. We have a whole lot of we have like a snorri cam, we have FPV, we have Ember, and then we also have just me shooting on the FX6. So with the dynamics and the camera stuff, it should be pretty cool. The weather didn't show out, of course. That's just how Mother Nature works when you're a filmmaker. But I think we're gonna have some fun today, just trying to figure it out where we go. So stay tuned.
So to kind of rephrase what Ian said, yeah, something really like the challenge for doing no budget. And, you know, by mentioning it with the people we know and the vast, you know, community in Austin, hella people wanted to get on board. Mentioned to a couple people, now we got a full crew to help out with everything. Thankfully, you know, shout out to you guys, seriously. And but yeah, the goal about doing it a running piece, but you know, Ian had mentioned to me before, he's like, running is very just generic. Like, you know, it's like everyone does running pieces. Everyone does running pieces. They run across the city. It's all crazy, blah 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 blah. And so we kind of wanted to go a different route about implementing a Dr. Pepper, and then like a more so a drink, and there be running, but then implement an aspect of the scavenger hunt. And now they're on the hunt to get it.
So cool. Let's talk a little bit how we brought everybody on, how we developed the piece, our thought process in like creating this specifically, and then just how maybe we lit it, or what are some of the problems that we ran into also. Yeah,
so I think the one thing we really wanted to hit home with this, especially in the running, is get very dynamic.
Yep.
I mean, that was kind of the actual like production sense. We wanted to kind of pull all the strings, if you will. Like, you know, we got handheld, we got gimbal, we got tracking shots, we got dolly shots, we got all kinds of shots, Ember, FPV, like, you know, super slow motion shots. Implement all of it in a nice way, very interactive. In the middle sequence of the actual piece with the running, and how it leads up in a very, you know, cinematic way. It leads up to it and it climaxes and it's boom, 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 and then it ends in a very soft way too. It builds them up, brings them down.
So
that was kind of the main thing.
Yeah. So the overall arching goal of the piece was 2 brothers basically fighting to get across the city to win the Dr. Pepper scavenger hunt. So when we created the when we created the Millinote, we wanted it to start in a house. We wanted the brothers to be playful. Cam wanted this very like warm Dr. Pepper vintage vibe. So we found Fitz, who has this beautiful place, who also was the AC Polar. And from there, we kind of just like spawned the development. So it's like we want the brothers racing. So how are they gonna hear the scavenger hunt? Oh, a radio. From there, we developed, well, how do we make this dynamic? How do we run across the city with not going through the entire city? Well, we can find different locations by like woods. Like even the woods, the parameter of what we did in the woods was like 400 feet, maybe 300 feet, and it's all in one component area. But the best way to like make this feel alive and energetic was, like he said, we used Ember, FPV, all that stuff, because you can't really count on lighting when you're shooting outside unless you have a really good budget. And this, like I said, we maybe put $500 total in this. That's with grand prize.
Yeah, that's like everything.
So super low budget. You can't rely on it. We came into issues with the clouds. Luckily, we got lucky this morning with continuity and it was cloudy again. But yeah, really keeping this super low budget and making it come to life. I think you have to add dynamics to it. You either have to have a story, or you have to have a story and a lot of momentum.
Yeah, and I think what you had asked me earlier that I did not answer was the biggest challenges. I think the number one challenge. A
lot of them.
I think the number one challenge with kind of everything, and it tracks with like us, is being under time. I know that could be an editing thing, but it could also be a production thing when we plan out so much stuff we want to do. And we really, I think this is up top with the things we want to do with this piece, was really keep it under 90 seconds. Really push for that. So it's like, even on the Millinote, like we have the section sequenced out, and it's like, hey, the house scene is going to be 20 seconds max, the beginning. Then it's going to go into the forest, maybe 15 seconds. And then city, maybe 35 seconds or something like that.
Yep.
And then it goes to the field, the ending scene. So it's like they're running across town.
Yep.
Maybe that's 15 seconds, right? So It's all going to be so fast. That'll be a lot in editing, and I'm sure we overshot, and I'm sure there'll be stuff that left out.
Of course.
But that was probably the biggest challenge. And obviously when you're fighting with weather and you only have 2 days that we're shooting here,
Yep.
2 days we shot all of this. And, you know, the weather, it was like, so the continuity helped us, but we're fighting the sun always.
Yes.
And another big thing that I didn't even think about is when we're shooting in the city, we have 5 or 6 people with us, all this gear, and we're running around a very busy city with cars and
Yeah.
parking and walking and then having to get shots.
Yep.
And then maybe possibly getting in trouble for being in certain locations. I mean, it is,
Yeah.
and this is all within like a couple hours.
Yeah.
And so we are moving true fashioned run and gun.
Yeah, the middle section is like true run and gun.
Just
No permits, praying the sun or the clouds worked out for us, praying shots worked out for us, hoping we stayed safe. A lot, like parking from one city to the next took 20, 30 minutes each piece. Like you said, time constraints
Dude, that
were
was it.
an issue for sure.
That was it.
Carrying carts full of equipment. I'm just super proud of everybody, and I'm like excited that everyone to be involved. And I know it was like a lot of work to just fucking walk all over the city, and I hope the outcome is sick. I think it will be.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. And I just want to touch on the importance of, like, kind of segueing into that, the importance of like networking and allowing yourself to connect with people like this. And that's how we were able to create a kind of a bigger budget on nothing. And I mean, what are your thoughts on like when a newbie or a new person's looking or a new person wants to like create something like this? How do we even start? I think you have to start, one, by just doing it, but two, like, how can we create a better visual? What do you think from a networking standpoint, and then like overall just like a pre-production maybe?
The idea and the concept and coming up with that should obviously be the wake of everything.
Yeah.
But this would not have been possible without the network that we know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And also, even if we didn't know these network of people and we got random people on board, it would have been harder and not as fun running around the city for 3 hours.
Yes.
We were laughing the whole time. We were having a good time. Everyone is okay with lugging a cart because we're all homies. Like,
Yep.
That's what makes it fun. And that is true, like, filmmaking side of things. You know, we're having the best time, and like the filming's the afterthought. Filming it is just like, okay, let's film, but we're enjoying the process. And so to get here, you know, you have an idea, you network, you get people together, and you execute. And that's simple as that. And that's what we've done for the past 2 projects.
It's really that easy. I mean, I just did a podcast a little bit ago, and they're like, how do you just get to like do stuff? And I'm like, you just fucking do it. If you have an idea, don't shelf it, because like if you shelf the idea, it's never gonna come to life.
Find some homies to crash on the couch, get some credit card points, book a flight, block off a couple days, make some cool shit.
Wait about 2 strides.
Right, I'm speeding.
Okay, in 3,
before the push.
1, go.
You okay? Yeah, you good?
Yeah.
Are you good?
I'm great.
Oh my God. Steve.
I put my body first.
Do you think there's anything we missed, or some questions you might have that we should still touch on?
One takeaway from this project, your favorite moment thus far?
Well, I say definitely our favorite moment was just laughing our asses off right there.
Yeah.
And I actually have never seen Ember shots. And when we saw that Dr. Pepper coming out of his mouth in 1,000 frames per second, I'm like, holy shit, that's awesome. And then, but no, this BTS teaser videos we did, and we're like arguing, and we were laughing our asses off. And it's like, this is what it's about. Like, that's probably my favorite part.
Yeah, so my favorite moment is pretty similar to that, because I think Cam and I, we flow so well together, but we also butt heads because we both have FOMO, or we both necessarily want to do like everything. And so sometimes it's hard. So being able to like create a behind the scenes of like mom and dad, and we're just like laughing at each other and ourselves, and we can like take away that humor from it, because it's really, at the end of the day, it's not that fucking serious. Like, we're all just hanging out and playing, right? We're all just children like creating something. And so that was my favorite moment too, like just like dicking off, and everyone got to do their little cameos, and I think that's so sick.
How do you feel about Cam and Ian, you know, giving away $250 for the last Dr. Pepper?
I mean, I'll give them $250. Whoever decides that they're the director, the DP, I don't know. They feel like mom and dad constantly arguing. I have no idea who's directing.
I mean, yeah, but if you can't figure out how to
Listen,
put the
you
fucking
just
light
keep
in,
fucking arguing with me, and it's fucking stupid.
dude, you want me to direct this, or are you gonna direct it?
Whatever, dude.
Oh, this goes.
We were sparking up a little heat yesterday, and then like we had left, and then one of the crew guys asked me like, "Hey, you guys were kind of arguing like that." I was like, "We weren't arguing. Like
We were just talking shit
We
to
were
each
just
other."
talking shit. Like it's that's all love. That's what
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
about. Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
For sure. So that was my favorite moment. My biggest takeaway from this is you can never be over prepared. Even as prepared as we were still unprepared in some senses. And so my biggest takeaway is just continuing to master the art of pre-production. I think that's super hard, but I think it definitely brings this piece to life in some
Tag on
sense.
to that exact one. I love that. Expect the unexpected and master adversity.
Yep.
Master adversity, because I promise you, I swear to God, no matter how much you plan, something will happen.
That's filmmaking,
and
brother.
You have to know how to pivot and then have adversity. I mean,
Yep.
that's literally what it's all about. When we did it all weekend, we had it planned out.
Yep.
I mean, you see this mill note, all the shots are ready to go, and
Yep.
we had to be adversity. We had to have adversity with
Yep.
the weather and everything. So that's a great takeaway.
And I think the last takeaway just overall is like, do more spec ads. Like you can't create adversity. You can't learn how to problem solve. You can't, all these things from doing these specs you can take onto real sets and become more professional, and people can rely on you, and that's a huge proponent of like what we're doing in this space.
Sure.
Anything else?
That's it.
Sick.
See ya.